Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Bitcoin is experiencing a shakeout, not end of 4-year cycle. Okay, this is coming from analysts. There's been a lot of talk about, is Bitcoin finally done? Is this the highs we're going to see? Check out the video I did this morning. I did talk a little bit about the Bitcoin trend and what analysts are saying. Some are saying we're very close to the bottom, and they're over 85% sure that we're there. I'll link that video up here if you guys didn't catch it. So here's what this analyst is saying. Analysts are calling Bitcoin's over 22% correction a temporary price shakeout ahead of the next leg up for the Bitcoin market. And I'm of this same opinion, guys. If you take a look at the Bitcoin chart, 30%, that is nothing. We've seen that time and time again in previous cycles. So Bitcoin's historic bull cycle remains intact despite widespread investor concerns over the current downturn, which analysts suggest may be just a temporary shakeout. Bitcoin's price is currently down about 22%. It recorded a high of $109,000. But guys, what are we at today? Let's bring up the Bitcoin chart real quickly here. As of the time of this particular recording, we are sitting in and around 83,700. So down a little bit from 109, but this isn't the end of the story. Despite investor sentiment dropping to extreme fear multiple times, historic chart patterns suggest that this may just be a price shakeout, a sudden price drop caused by multiple investors exiting their positions preceded by a sudden price recovery. So we could still see a correction. And not only that, some people were calling for the 4-year cycle being broken. But despite this analyst is saying Bitcoin's 4-year cycle remains an important factor, historically shaping price movements. Corrections within this bull cycle are normal. This is the quote. And past trends suggest that this just might be a shakeout rather than the start of a prolonged bear market. However, the launch of the U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, which temporarily surpassed $125 billion in cumulative holdings, along with the growing institutional crypto investments, make it clear that the conventional cycle ceases to exist. So, I mean, we are off by a little bit, I gotta say. That's not to say that this isn't going to shift, and we generally. The fact that it's taking longer, I think we should, bring the focus back to what happened back last year. Do you guys remember when the ETFs were announced? Bitcoin did reach its all-time high very, very soon in comparison. It reached it back in here, early March 2024. And so it generally doesn't reach its all-time high till after the halving, and the halving occurred in April 20th, 2024. So we actually got Bitcoin getting back up to its all-time high before the halving. I think a lot of this had to do with the ETFs. So, if the cycle is off by a little bit, I don't think it's something to worry about. Goldman Sachs is also mentioning crypto in a shareholder letter, so that's positive news for crypto adoption, at least in the United States. The financial services giant Goldman Sachs is telling shareholders that its competitors are now offering crypto products and services that the bank doesn't. So with regards to crypto adoption, this is all positive. In its 2024 annual report, Goldman Sachs says in some circumstances, rival firms are offering products that clients may prefer, such as specific digital assets, which Goldman cannot or choose not to provide. So in a way, it's kind of funny. They're saying, well, our competitors are doing this, but we're not. I don't know why they'd say that, but I guess they have to be transparent. According to the bank, the competition could help create better experiences for clients. Goldman Sachs goes on to say that blockchain and artificial intelligence-based technologies have enhanced rivalries with the banking within the banking industry. Here's a quote: "The growth of electronic trading and the introduction of new products and technologies, including trading and distributed ledger technologies such as cryptocurrencies and AI technologies, has increased competition." The financial services titan also says that it is exposed to risks through various activities involving digital assets due to the potential of cybersecurity incidents. Additionally, although the prevalence and scope of applications of distributed ledger technology, cryptocurrency, and similar technologies is growing. So they do mention that the crypto sector is growing. The technology is nascent and may be vulnerable to cyber attacks or have other inherent weaknesses. The letter concluded by saying we are exposed to risks and may become exposed to additional risks related to distributed ledger technology, including through our facilitation of clients' activities involving financial products that use distributed ledger technology, such as blockchain, cryptocurrencies, or other digital assets. Our investments in companies that seek to develop platforms based on distributed ledger technology, the use of distributed ledger technology by third-party vendors, clients, counterparties, clearinghouses, and other financial intermediaries, and the receipt of cryptocurrencies or other digital assets as collateral. So sounds like they want to cover their bases. Doesn't sound like they're too terribly excited by this, but are realizing the reality, I think, of it. Cryptocurrency is going to change the face of how we conduct business. Global partners have already been on board for a while. We have Ripple global partner Nium. They're integrating with Interac. So I believe Nium is a company from Singapore, and now they're integrating with one of Canada's most used payment networks. This allows businesses to make real-time cross-border payments in Canadian dollars. Companies using Nium can now send money instantly across borders, improve liquidity, and comply with local regulations. So check this out here, guys. Just going to go down here. Nium continues to expand real-time payment networks with the addition of Interac in Canada. With Interac, Nium's customers can now access one of Canada's most widely used payment networks. Obviously, that's going to happen in Canadian dollars. By accessing Interac, Nium continues to enhance its network, providing businesses with real-time processing capabilities to reduce settlement times and improve cash flow. It also allows for access to a broader range of payment options for domestic and international transactions in Canada so that customers can choose the best option for their use case. Here's the Interac logo, and Nium does continue to expand real-time payment networks within the addition of Interac Canada. So that's a big deal, guys. Interac is big in Canada. Within weeks of joining RippleNet, though, Nium began leveraging Ripple's advanced blockchain technology, so you can bet that they are likely using the XRP ledger for this particular process. This partnership does also strengthen Nium's global network and helps businesses send money faster, cheaper, and more efficiently in Canada and beyond. And just another sidebar there, I don't have a tab up with regards to this, but Ripple is also partnered with the Central Bank of Canada. So Canada and many of I think it's all of the 5 major banks in Canada are Ripple integrated, if I'm not mistaken. I think maybe there's one that is not confirmed, but I know RBC is, I know CIBC is, and a handful of others. So this is all great news, guys. This is all going to be running on the XRP ledger eventually. So I wanted to thank Subjective Views for posting that. I also happen to see this. Okay, so Brazil is now suggesting that the BRICS countries create a cryptocurrency for cross-border trade. Now, if they create a cryptocurrency, they're going to have to, move that cryptocurrency somehow. And even if it's not native to the XRP ledger is likely still going to get a piece of this. Now think about BRICS and think about BRICS trade and how the membership countries are growing as well. So Brazil is to assume the presidency of BRICS in 2025. The Brazilian government is advancing innovative proposals in the financial field, focusing on blockchain technology to improve commercial transactions between member countries. The Brazilian approach is distinguished by not suggesting a new common currency among BRICS, but rather by promoting the use of a stablecoin and tokenized assets, aiming at greater efficiency in transactions while maintaining the economic sovereignty of each nation. And I did a video a while ago where we were trying to connect every single BRICS country to Ripple in some way, shape, or form. And I think there was only 1 or 2 that we did not have any clear-cut confirmation that Ripple was working with those countries. But here, guys, Brazil, they were one of the first BRICS countries. Ripple did tap FENAS back to enhance the Brazilian fintech sector. This was back from last year, July 2024. US-based Ripple did announce at that time a strategic partnership with the National Federation of Associations of Central Bank Servers in Brazil. So connected to Brazil's central bank, known for its enterprise blockchain and crypto solutions, Ripple will collaborate with FENASPAC through the Next Accelerator program aimed at developing scalable financial services using blockchain tech, specifically using the XRP ledger. So at that time, that was a pretty good advancement for Ripple in Brazil. And now, guys, we're getting Brazil saying we want to promote stablecoins, tokenized assets, aiming at greater efficiency in transactions. According to some of these reports, instead of creating a currency to compete with the US dollar, Brazil sees cryptocurrencies as an opportunity to optimize financial settlements through digital assets. So boom goes the dynamite, the Drex project developed by the Central Bank of Brazil. So remember, Ripple does already have connections with the Central Bank of Brazil, but this project, it's one of the pillars for this proposal designed to facilitate tokenized financial transactions, especially cross-border ones. Drex could face regulatory challenges, though, should the implementation of blockchain present obstacles. Brazil is already considering alternatives such as Pix, which Ripple does also have a connection to, an instant payment system that could be adopted for use in the BRICS countries. So, guys, it's getting real very, very quickly. And so, for us XRP holders, we're going to see the value of our XRP go up. But for the front end customer, for the front end user of a lot of this technology, they're not going to see all that. It's just going to work. It's going to be technology that just works in their hands, and I think that's what 95% of customers care about. They just want it to work. They don't really care about the details, and that was explained in this presentation here. I showed a clip of this presentation in this morning's video. I'm just going to show you guys another one, courtesy of Smoke. Listen to this.
As a customer, is there any exposure to fluctuations in the price of the cryptocurrency?
Yes, great question. No, as a business that's been in this industry for a long time, we know that the senders and receivers are very focused on fiat. That's their lifeline, that's their blood, that's their entire business. So we hide any real visibility into the cryptocurrency XRP. So in the system, you'll really just see a fiat to fiat payment option. Because of that, we hide and protect our customers from any fluctuation in the open market. It's irrelevant to you how much XRP equals how much Singapore dollars, for example. All you want to know is that you can make your $1 million payment into Vietnam, for example. So the customer is never exposed to any fluctuation in price of the digital asset here.
And that is obviously how it should be, right? So wanted to thank Smoke for posting that. Krypton Reiter here also giving us the lowdown. The XRP ledger is particularly superior when it comes to the fundamental task of moving value. So it's not just cross-border payments. It's going to eventually morph to more value added on-chain. Although there are some limits, we're about to overcome this big time. And so this is what Ripple has been focusing on over the last year or two. What makes the XRP ledger so great is that things just work. To move value from A to B, you don't need a master's degree because every single imaginable feature is engineered deep to its core. And he gives some examples here. And I will link this tweet in the description if you guys want to go over some of those in more detail. No matter if we talk about tokens, the decentralized exchange, escrow, or payment channels, they are all tiny building blocks that a developer can put together to form a base layer for any solution. Or to say it differently, as Jazzy Cooper did put it, if we just get the right elements available, you can ultimately compose anything and almost anything that's possible within the XRPL universe. Indeed, an exciting North Star to think about. North Star, you say? No, you didn't. You didn't. Please. So the solution, oh no, Krypton Reiter said almost. We're all doomed. No, the solution, the savior in need to turn almost into pretty much everything is the approach of programmability. If we combine what's already there with the newest ideas and build towards that, what do we get? The feature plus extension. So of course, like David Schwartz even said, not every single feature, not every single use case, I guess we should say, on the XRP ledger has even been imagined yet. Can you imagine there are use cases that have still yet to be thought up, let alone built, that we could see in the future? In addition, for any developer within the XRPL universe who wants to build on the essentials but needs a little bit more freedom to achieve what isn't possible without extensions. So without reinventing the wheel with smart contracts, any developer can extend the existing building blocks with code and make it a lot more flexible. So he's going into some more of the nitty gritty, the details, the actual nuts and bolts. Before I show you a cool analogy, here are a few examples of what that means. So he outlines a few examples there. XRPL primitives are like standard cars from a vendor. The moment you buy your beloved car, you can do most of what is necessary to get the job done. Drive around and honk at other people because they fell asleep at a green light, for example. XRPL smart features are like upgraded cars, though. The car is still the same, but you can change the color, add a hex spoiler, and install a new engine. Now you can finally brag about owning a sports car. So it's an interesting analogy, actually. XRPL smart contracts are like custom cars built from scratch, absolutely, and total freedom to design every single part and create something entirely new and unique. If you have the skill, this lets you build a Lamborghini with wings. So that is very interesting. If we take the AMM, for example, this would mean primitive functionality as described in XLS 30, extension, new invariant formula for price discovery, and smart contract, concentrated liquidity AMM. So we have primitives. That is the foundational building blocks. Flexibility to enable through extensions and smart contracts. Primitives are like standard cars. Smart features are like upgraded cars, and smart contracts are like custom cars. This is interesting because and I'm just thinking of this off the top. It's interesting because all these players in the space, they are going to have, and when I say players, I mean partners of Ripple. They're going to need different functionalities, I think, in some ways. When we look at banks, cross-border payments, financial institutions, And the cross-border payment feature, that's pretty standard. But, when you look at all the other types of partnerships like tokenizing, real estate, real-world assets, fractionalization, that type of ownership, right? All these companies are going to need specific requirements. And so considering the XRP ledger is so malleable in that way, considering it's so customizable, this is going to benefit, a lot of those customers, and they're going to keep coming back for more, I think. So guys, can you see where this is going? Can you see the possibility here? How high the price of these cryptocurrencies could get, the ones with real world utility? Well, the Modern Investor also came out explaining just that. Listen to this.
To be in the top 4% of XRP holders on the planet, you need 11,500 Bitcoin. And I'm saying these numbers specifically and slowly to you so that they really enter your brain. Do you remember, back in the early olden days, in 2016, 2017, can anyone remember how much $1,000 purchased you an XRP? Anybody? It was roughly anywhere, it was depending on the day. It was anywhere from 100,000 to 150,000 XRP per $1,000. If you put $10,000 into the market, you'd have anywhere from 1 million to 1.5 million XRP. But remember, Bitcoin maximalists, them did everything in their power from 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 2025 to get you to believe that this wasn't going to be an asset that would ever appreciate. 11,500 XRP, even crazier. And I'll tell you this from my own mind, if you will. If this cryptocurrency experiment continues and succeeds, and Bitcoin ends up hitting several $1 million per coin, understand that we're probably also going to have an $85,000 to $100,000 Ether. If we have that, we're probably going to have a $120 or $185 XRP at the exact same time. These assets, as far as we can tell from the news that we're getting every single day, are probably going to continue to appreciate in value. We know that the United States of America, plus other countries, are already buying these coins, and they're going to be buying even more. Not paying attention to everything that we've been going over for the last 4 years is probably going to be detrimental to your wallet and your bank account in some sort of way. And I say this once again from the vantage point of the news that we are getting every single day about this. Because, it's like literally every single day this keeps happening and has been going on for years.
And that's just it, guys. We're in this to win this. This is why we watch the videos. This is why we scour Twitter. This is why this becomes part of our life. And you heard it from the Modern Investor, $120 to $185 for an XRP. Now, that is with price discovery for Bitcoin going up several X, Ethereum finding its new high too, and all the other cryptocurrencies. The fact is, this landscape is not changing. The United States has doubled down. The rest of the world is on board. So guys, these prices are inevitable at some point in time. For more information on where I think prices are going to go in the short term, medium term, long term, follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Yeah, I'm going to be selling out some of my cryptocurrency during this bull run, if indeed the 4-year cycle remains intact by the end of 2025. But I'm also going to be keeping my eye on that real world adoption. And yeah, plans can change, plans can shift. Patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for all those updates. But please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.